Hey friends, welcome back to the series where we're building our future one project at a time. I'm documenting my journey to becoming a full stack developer using the FreeCodeCamp curriculum. And if you're new here, this is where we show up consistently, code confidently, and grow intentionally, one line at a time. Let me tell you a quick story before we dive in. Not long ago, my friend Danny Thompson was frying chicken on the gas station. He had no degree, no experience, just a drive to change his life. He started learning to code with FreeCodeCamp, building projects like the one we're going to build today. He shared his progress online, stayed consistent, and eventually landed a job as a full stack developer. If he could do that, you too can do it. So, if you're ready to break into tech, stick around, code with me, and subscribe to follow the journey step by step. Alright, let us jump into today's lab. Today's lab is called Build a Palindrome Checker. The objective here is we're building a simple yet powerful app that checks if a word or a phrase is a palindrome, meaning it reads the same forwards and backwards, ignoring punctuation, spacing, and casing. The technology being used here is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That being said, let us dive in. So, guys, we're going to build this palindrome checker. So let's just make a check and see how it's working. So it's a palindrome, a try with letters A, B, A, B. It's not a palindrome. Let's try with A, B, B, A. It's a palindrome. So let's try with space DC space D CD. It's a palindrome. Okay. So let's test for odd palindromes. Odd palindromes are palindromes that have the length of an as length and abnormal. So say 4 and DC. Okay, sorry. So now let us code it. Build an app that is functionally similar to this project. Try not to copy the example project, give your own personal style. A palindrome is a word, blah blah. Note: you shall need to remove all the non-alphanumeric characters, punctuation, space, and symbols, and turn everything into the same case, lower or uppercase, in order to check for palindromes. Okay. Is that all? Let me check here. Okay. So, you should have an input element with the ID. I don't know what it's showing. Okay, it's better. So they say it's been said here that you should have an input element. Where's the preview? Here's the preview. Okay. Input element with ID. Text input. Text input. And you should have a body of element, a button element with an ID of check button. Okay. So button button. So button. So where's the ID here? ID is check button. BTN. You should have a div span or a key element with the ID result. Say div ID is equals to result. Let's proceed. Okay. So when you clicked the check button element without entering a value into the text output, the element will alert you with the text. Please put in the value. So here is already the JavaScript part. So let me connect my JavaScript part, which is very important. Script. That's the script gears. So now let's go to the JavaScript. Let's see the preview. So here's the preview. So maybe I have to insert the button name to make it look nice. Let's say bird. Okay, I think it's better than now. So now it's been said that clicked when the check button is being clicked, we have like if the input field is empty, we have to receive an alert message saying that okay, hello guy, the input field is empty. So first of all, I need to connect all the values. So we'll start with like input. After we connected the input, we also have to connect the check button ID. So input, say input value is equals to input value. No, it's not input value. So let's just say I wanted to do something like input value or get element by ID put value, but it's too long, so it's better to cut it like that. What's the ID here? The ID here is text input, text minus input is input, and normally it's when we click on the button that we check if the input is not equals to 0. So it's not empty. So to do that, we should create. We should get first of all access. Well, how can I comment it here? Let me see. You just say click the button. So we just first of all get access. To the check font. So after getting access to the bottle, we add an event listener. Event listener. Font. Not font. And the events will listen to a click. To click. So when something is clicked, the following function should be should run. So as I was saying, the thing here is like we have to check whether, so let's just create a constant and say input value. So input value is equal to document. No, sorry, not document, but input value is like input. So the input put trim value trim is to remove the space if there's any white space at the beginning. So that's the use of trim here. So inside our function, we are going to check whether, okay, does this value exist? If not, so normally if not, we are going to have an alert button and so on and so forth. So if not, we are going to do like please, where is it? Please input value. Return. Okay, let's check it. Nothing. Okay, it's working. Please input value. Input value. It's working. So let's try and see something. Test it first. Enter a value, sorry. Test it again. Okay, now it's working. So the next step, which is a fit user case, which says when the elements only contain the letter A and the check button element is clicked, the result is the text A is a palindrome. Okay, I don't really see how to do it. C6 says when the text input contains I and check button is clicked, the result is I is a palindrome. Same thing with 7, same thing with 8, same thing with 9, but with different inputs. So I think now we're supposed to. I think now we're supposed to create this, because this project is under the topic of, how do they call it again? It's under the topic of Regex. So that's regular expressions. So I think now like this we're supposed to do something like that. So what I will do first of all is, if I want to do something, I have to create a function that will check whether the input is a palindrome or not. So and the result I'll store it in a variable. So how to do that? Get. So let's say check whether. No, I don't think it's check whether. Check whether the value is check whether the value is a palindrome. So for that, I'll create a constant res results, yes, and I'll just like create a function palindrome is palindrome, and I'll pass in the input value. So input value as argument. So now for the result, because I want the result to appear under this div, so I'll first of all get access to it. Const result is equals to document get element, element by ID. The ID here is result. Okay, so I have gotten the HTML element. So when we have gotten the result, because it will either be the yes or a no. So when you have gotten the result of it, we shall try and do like a palindrome of it. I don't know if you guys already understand what we shall solve it, not a palindrome. We shall just try and like output the result. So let's just do it. So we have already gotten an HTML element with a result. So we just say change the text content is equals to. So we will like the thing I want to do here is like I want to use a ternary operator for like if the element is not true, like if the element is not true, then return false. Then return this phrase. If it's not true, then return is not a palindrome. And when it's true, please return is a palindrome. So that's how I really want to do it. So with the input, with the input value. So recently I just learned about this technique, something like this. So I wanted to follow the same template like this result, like input value, like not a ready. Raise is a palindrome, not a palindrome like this. I wanted to follow this, so that means I have to first of all take the input value. So, and with the input value, inside the input value, so the input value appear. So afterward, I will check this variable because I want also it to appear. I'll check this variable. So check res. So now if res, as I explained it, if res is like palindrome, we shall have a particular phrase. We shall have a phrase like it's a palindrome, and if not, we shall have nothing. So the phrase here is where is it? Is a palindrome. So, and if it's not a palindrome, we shall have how does it? Let me just how's it here? What's the correct phrase? Let's say it's not a palindrome. Let me copy this phrase. It's not a palindrome. Okay, generally this is better. So Okay. So that being said, we had like this result being shown. So let's just try and test if the result is shown. Encrypt this and say, for example, a string. Right. Something I don't understand. Normally this alert stick now is not supposed to show again, so I don't really know what's going on here. But nevertheless, I will just like try and continue what I was doing. So now the next step will be like to create. So create Palindrome functionality. Checking. So let me just follow by function is Palindrome, which takes in a string as parameter, let's say string variable. So the first step that I can do to check, first of all, if it's a palindrome, is like try to avoid all non-alpha numerical, like stated here. So try to remove all non-numeric characters, that is punctuation, spaces, and variables. And for that, there's a particular function that is useful for it. I can use replace function, the string function. The string function is like, for example, in the word, in this paragraph, in this text, we shall try and replace all the roots with my. So if I check, that's it, my dog. So for our example, what we shall do is that we shall try and replace how can I say it? Not that try, we shall try just and replace all the punctuation spaces and what's that character? Any other non-alphanumeric characters with null, with zero, with empty space. So that's just a way to clean it up. So let's just call this method clean the so const clean is equals to, so we're taking the string, we call it replace this function. Now for it to work very well, for us to like not to, because I can for us to use how can I say it, for us to make sure that there's no alphanumeric character, we must use here Regex. Is very important. So regular, when I mean Regex, I mean regular expression. So we need to be empty. Let's say like this. Say the regular expression. Here we shall use particularly a character class. A character class is just a group of symbols that's supposed to be respected, something like that. That need to be respected. Now, inside the bracket here, this, we shall enumerate every letters or every characters that we want to see in our string. So we shall start with from A to Z, lowercase, from A to Z, which is high case, uppercase, sorry, and from 0 to 1. So we just enumerated the higher uppercase and the lowercase of the alphabet, including all the digits. More important, here has been stated that turn everything into the same case, lower or uppercase. So doing that is pretty easy. So lower. I think the function is to lower. We use the method to lowercase. To lowercase. So what happens here is that all the alphanumeric chars have been removed, and that's just all, and being changed, and the rest of the string also, the output is being changed into lowercase. So normally this flag here, A, just represents that is how can I say, is case sensitive. So sensitive means that it can either be, it will not dictate whether you will not take in consideration if a character is particularly in uppercase or in lowercase, something like that. So, but normally what I want to do is that I want to replace all matches. So no matter whether it's an uppercase or a lowercase character, and for that I need to use global, so small g, to do that. So what's the next step after cleaning the data so that it's removing all the non-alphanumerical characters? The next step here that I think that I should do is, first of all, try and reverse the string. Right? I'm gonna reverse the string and compare the reverse string with the clean string. So, and if they are the same, the function will return true. And if they are not the same, the function will return false. So now, how to reverse? So reverse the clean string. So now the question that comes to my head is how to reverse a string. Normally, personally, I want to do it with, I want to first of all convert the string in an array, then array, let's try array to string. I think there's a method for that. That's not it. I think the method is like split. Yeah. So split. So split, as you can see, removes the characters, remove a particular character. So I don't know why I'm not understanding it here. So let me check with W3 school. I think that normally split is like to help me to remove characters, something like this, from a string, split. And if I'm able to remove split, use split to remove characters. Alright, array function. Array JavaScript. Let's see. So after removing so array function. Array methods. So that size. So let's just try. I'm not seeing it there. So they're saying that description. What is it? So if the separator is a non-empty string, the target string is split by all matches of the separator without including the separator. For example, a string containing tab separated values could pass. It's complicated here. Using split. So split is like changing it to changing a string to an array or something like that. Let me try this example here. So, for example, here is a string. Oh, okay, changing a string to an array, is it? So you change the string to an array. So normally, if you want to split them with, let's just say, here, for example, I want to split them with space, so that every character, it's what we will do for every character also. Okay, split with space. So everywhere I see space, it will split. Yeah, okay, that is it. So everywhere there is a white space, so in between here, so here are the white spaces, it will create it will consider it as an element of the array. So I think that I have to use split for every character. So for example, I will store it in reversed is equals to take the clean character called split. So split everywhere space. No, I don't think that we have to sing everywhere. You have to sing space because normally because I train it. Nothing. I don't have to list because it's like let me just try on. Show you guys this thing, right? So it's like we have these characters. For example, here is a clean character. It says clean. Now split. If I apply split on it, what will be the result? I want that for every character here, every character of the string should be considered as an element of an array. So what will happen will be like an array will be created and it will be like A, comma D, comma F, comma, and so on and so forth. So that's the rule. That's the reason. And to do that, we have to like use split without by indicating that okay, you should not split at a white space, but you split at every character. So after every character. So let me just try and show you here. So if I close here, you will see something. You see that every character has been in the array has been considered as an element alone. So to do that, as I said, remove the space. After, use the reverse function of array. So let's just check it. Reverse function array. Yeah, so the reverse function is that it takes an array and reverse it. So what really basically happens here is that this array, if it starts with, for example, f, if it starts with a, d, f, now the reverse function will be like f, d, a. So that's just this function, as you can see here. So the array one, it will be 1, 2, 3. The reverse function will be 3, 2, 1. And array 1 will be something here. Okay, now, here is being said that the reverse is destructive and it changes the original array. So if we reverse it, it will also if you reverse it and store it in a variable, it will also reverse the original array. So that's why it is in that sense that it's destructive. But it's not important for us now. So we have split all the characters into arrays elements. We have reversed them. Now there's another function to join them all back, which is the join function. So the join function basically works like the split function. So for example here, so it joins, for example, the first example here is it joins with nothing. So I think that is here. You see, as we have fire water. The second part here is it joins with no white space. So we will combine all the elements. So that's why you have fire, air, water that are concatenated. So this is what we have to use for function. So that's it. That's been done. So that's it. So we have reversed the thing, and the next step is just like to test, to compare the variations using strict quality. So you will be like, is it true? Okay, if it's true, then return. If it's correct, if they are the same, return true. And this true value here. So let's just test it and see. So for example, let's write A. I have a problem with this guy. So what's wrong here? What's wrong? I see. But my problem here is like, I don't know why it's showing always that I should insert a value, even though the value is there. I don't know if it's having access to this value. So I'm just to this variable. So let me just put them inside and check again. Type something. It's palindrome, okay. It's not the palindrome, okay. It's working. It's working, okay. So I think that was all. Let's just try and test the thing. Good. So thank you guys for watching the video. I'm really grateful. I hope that the video brought you enough value. And if you want to air your mind about something, just leave a comment below. I'll listen to it, I'll read it and comment and respond to it with joy. That being said, let us See yourself in the next video.